and welcome to Learning to Learn. My name is Ian Gibbs, and this is the YouTube channel dedicated to helping people become a better learner. So if you're trying to learn something and you'd be interested in doing it quicker, more effectively, and remember it for longer, then hopefully this is the place that you'll find really useful. So this week I was invited to go and give a presentation about learning techniques in the Escola Oficial de Idiomas de Lleida and Balaguer. And I would just like to take the opportunity to say thank you to Judith, Sole, Dolores, and Terry, and all the teachers there who made me feel very welcome, and a big hello to all the students that came along to listen to what it is that I was explaining. And one of the things that happened at these talks is that I gave an explanation which was almost spontaneous, but I thought it was actually quite a useful explanation. And so what I would like to do is share that with you today, because as you may have noticed if you've seen my other videos, I'm not in the usual place. I'm actually filming this direct from my children's bedroom. I'm not going to show you all of it because it's not in a particularly decent state to be shown to the general public. But this little corner is. And I've chosen this place because, well, my children, when they're in their room, they like listening to music. They have this CD player, if you remember what CDs are. And they would listen to their music on this thing until recently when there was a problem. And the problem that they had was that the cable, this is the very cable which you need to plug in to the player, the plug on it broke. And so it needed to be changed. Now, as I'm a bit of an odd job man myself, I was actually quite happy to change the plug on the end of the cable. And in order to do that, I needed a particular tool. Yeah, the tool in question is what I would call a screwdriver, an electrician's screwdriver, even better. And using the tool for the job was quite simple. But imagine that instead of having this tool to try and repair the plug, imagine that I had something that looked more like this. This is one of my favorite tools. It's a hammer, obviously, a lump hammer. And you can do lots of things with the lump hammer. But one of the things that's quite difficult to do is to change a plug. If you try to change a plug with a lump hammer, the results aren't going to be particularly satisfactory, if you understand what I mean. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because there are lots and lots of learning tools, basic things like attending class, reading books, obviously, making notes and going over your notes. These are basic techniques for learning. But the thing is that there are a lot more tools and techniques for learning, tools for acquiring information, tools to help us remember this information better. There are learning tools to help us apply what we've learned to the real world. But the important thing here is that it's very important to choose the right tool for the job. If you are trying to remember stuff or trying to understand stuff, then don't use tools that are simply good for acquiring information. That's not the right tool for the job. And so today I invite you to think about all the different tools or techniques that you use to help learn. And maybe there are activities that you used to do that worked that you don't do anymore. Or maybe there are certain things that you find difficult to do that there will be easier ways to do it. And just to give you one example, is that what I've used today, the hammer and the screwdriver, these are physical metaphors. Physical metaphors. When we use a metaphor, we take an idea of something that we're very familiar with, like screwdrivers and hammers, and apply those to whatever it is that we're learning. And a metaphor, a good metaphor, is a really good way to understand a new concept, if you pick the right one. And the fact that we're talking about physical metaphors for the right tool means that not only are we giving an explanation, but we're giving a visual representation which helps us to remember these things as well. So, as I said, there are lots of different learning tools, and really the objective of these videos is to be going over them once every week so that you can start adding them to your metaphorical toolbox of learning, and that when it comes to learning something new, you can choose the right tool for the job. So, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you next week. My name is Ian Gibbs. This is Learning to Learn. Oh, yes, and one other thing. If you do know somebody else who is studying, who might benefit from learning how to learn things better, then please send them a link, share this video with them, because you never know, you may be doing them a big favor. Thank you.